guys, welcome back to my video. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is my last ever braces video. So this is how I got my braces removed, and this is going to be the last video of braces update because I can't really upload anything about braces if I don't have braces. Which is kind of sad because these videos actually got a lot of views, which surprised me. So if this is helping anybody go through the jitters of getting braces soon, or they have braces and they have more questions about it, or they're wondering what they're gonna have to go through, everybody's experience is different. I think I've said this multiple times. My experience is nothing to go off of, and don't get scared by things I've said, because everybody's experience is different. Maybe you have one very similar, maybe you have one that's totally different, and your teeth were like, your dentist, your orthodontist was perfect the whole way through. And that's great, because I hope everybody's experience is like that, and I hope I was in a very minute group of people who've had bad experiences. It wasn't that bad, but it was a bad experience in my opinion. So, what happened for me to get my braces off? As you have seen in the last few videos probably, or if you have watched the other videos, watch the other videos. In the other videos you will see I'm slowly inclining and then very quickly declining in my opinion, of braces and how I felt with my braces on. At the beginning it was shiny, brand new, I'm gonna get nice perfect teeth. And then by recently, it really went down to, I don't want these braces. I feel really pushed around. It really hurts. Why is nobody taking me seriously? And all that. So, it led to me and my mum complaining and saying, that's it, no more. And they took it seriously this time and called it an SOS. Which I think was kind of overly dramatic and also not very accurate. An SOS is immediate. It didn't happen immediately. So, so I got the appointment and they turned around and said you can get them off on this and this day. And it actually lined up perfectly for my dentist appointment to be a couple hours afterwards. So I was like, that's cool. Braces off, go to the dentist, hunky-dory, get it all done in one day. It didn't happen like that. Apparently, another client of the orthodontist had cancelled their appointment, so I got bumped up 2 days later, and I was like, perfect, I get them off like tomorrow, kind of thing. So I went in, got them done, and basically, when I got in, they asked me a couple questions about wearing retainer. A retainer is basically just a clear piece of plastic moulded to your teeth. You can pop it on in and out and it just keeps your teeth in place for, I think you wear it for like a year or two, just so your teeth don't just go, oh, we're free from the braces, that way and that way and that way, and go back to the way they used to be. So, pardon me. So that's what they were asking me, was I go wearing, am I comfortable wearing them, am I consenting to wearing them? And I was like, yes, I'm consenting to wearing them. It's not permanent, it's not going to be fixed to my teeth forever, kind of thing, so I'm fine with it. And they were like, perfect, let's get them off. And I had two lovely girls, completely different from my other orthodontist that I had complained about. And I actually haven't seen her since, so I'm wondering if she got kind of fed up with me or didn't like the fact I kind of complained about her to like the higher ups kind of thing. So I didn't get her, I got these two lovely women, absolutely lovely, and how I got them off was actually very interesting. I would have thought it was like me getting my bands removed and replaced, like taking off the bands, getting the wire out and then crushing them and getting them off. But no, she just went, okay then, let's get your braces off, clamp, 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 and pulled it all out like a snake, or like a worm, basically, and was just like, there's your braces, and chucked them off onto a tray. So I was like, that was fast. I think it was quicker getting them off than getting them actually on. So, yeah, so she did that, and I was just like, okay then. And how they got the braces off, the brackets, is basically, it was kind of like a plier like pliers, and it basically just clamps and crushes the metal, and then pulls and basically gently pulls it off, instead of just yanking them off and risking breaking the tooth or pulling the tooth out by accident. So that happened, and I was like, that's fine. Kind of uncomfortable. I don't like the noises, but I will. Actually, I brought I bought my teddy. His name's Russ. I brought him with me, and nearly like basically I thought I was going to rupture his stomach seaming, because I was gripping him so quick, like hard. I'm surprised he didn't maul me afterwards. So he was my little dentist buddy when I got my braces removed. And it was good I brought him, because I did not like the feeling of getting the cement removed from my teeth. They ground it away and was just like, okay, it might feel comfortable. And I was like, okay, I dealt with something similar. I always get my teeth cleaned at the dentist. When I go to the dentist, I get just a general clean up, because before I had my braces, my teeth were messed up, if you remember. So I couldn't brush them properly because of all the nooks and crannies. So I would always get them professionally cleaned by my dentist when I saw her. So I was like, that's fine. I've gone through a teeth cleaning before, and that's even worse because it makes my gums bleed. So she was just like, it might feel uncomfortable. Boy, howdy did it feel uncomfortable. Some places it really was just like, I don't like you. But other times it was like, okay, I'm flying through this. But it really did hurt. Like, it, like not hurt, but it felt so uncomfortable. It felt like she was going through the tooth kind of thing. But she wasn't. And then, that's it. She cleaned me up. She took a x-ray, or like a 3D scan of my teeth with this, like, not big, but it was like a device with like a screen on it. And she was like, open up. And I was like, what am I doing? And she just stuck it in my mouth and was like, hold still. And I was like, okay then. So she took, basically, I've never seen my teeth before from the inside. They're definitely weird. And also kind of insulting, because the camera actually, like the x-ray, picks up the yellow of your teeth. And back in the back of my mouth, it's very yellow. That's why I get them cleaned, because I physically couldn't get back there. And I was just like, thanks for making me feel even more insecure about my mouth. And then she did that and was like, okay then, now we got to take pictures. So I was just stood there, I was like, what pictures? So I had to hold Russ by this of his ears and pulled him down so that he couldn't be in the view of the camera, because I didn't want to let him go. And then I just like held him behind my back in the pictures. So I think in my pictures you'll see this of my shoulders just doing this, so it looks like I'm like being held hostage. So they did that, they took pictures, a bunch of pictures, and I was just like, okay then. And they were like, okay, on your way, and I thanked them, and I was just like, thank you for getting them off, thank you for taking me seriously, thank you for actually listening. And they were like, no problem, and all that. So then I left. I got sweets, and I got candy, and I got a boba drink. Even though I can have boba anytime when I had my braces, but I was just like, boba, I want it as a victory. I survived 2 years with braces on. Even though my orthodontist really wanted to make it seem like she wanted me to have them for 3 years. But hey ho, I got them off, so. And then, a couple days later, like I said, I had to go for a dentist appointment. And the funniest thing ever, when I got my candy, it was sour candy. I got 2 boxes, like tiny, like they were about that big of boxes. And then I got a bag of gummy bears that were supposed to be sour. They weren't. They were basically just sugar coated. They sucked. And I got a pack of gum, and my granddad and my mum just went, you'll go get cavities because of that. And I was like, I'm not going to get cavities. I haven't had cavities since I was a child. So I ate those. I didn't eat them all in one day. I ate them over the course of the 2 days. I have a tiny cavity apparently. It's like the size of a pin. The size of like an earring backing that goes through your ear. Like, it's like the size of that. The tiniest thing in one of my, like, on this side, on one of my teeth. I was just like, that weren't there, and she was like, yeah, it's a new one, it's actually pretty deep, but we'll like fill it in. My dentist is amazing. She's an amazing woman. And she was like, okay, so we're just, when I see you next, once you get this signed by an adult, because I wasn't there with my mum, I was there with my sister, because she just recently passed her driving test. Congratulations, Nick. I am very proud of you. So she drove me there. Because she isn't my mum, like my mum and my dad are not a parent or a person in charge of me, I guess. She couldn't sign it, so I was just like, okay, that's fine, I'll get my mum to sign it. So next time I see her, I'm getting my teeth cleaned, so just polished up basically. Then I'm getting my cavity filled and varnish on top of my teeth, which I usually get when I go to see the dentist. She just puts like a clear coat over my back teeth so they don't get ground down or get mold, or like get cavities or anything, I think. I don't really know what that's for. So if you know, let me know. I might look it up why I have to have this varnish stuff on. I just know it doesn't taste good. So so then I had that, basically she had told me what I had to do, and I was like, okay, perfect, I'll come back in, we get it, like, the appointment sorted out, no problem. And so I've got that happening soon as well. And what other things do I need to bring up? Braces off, dentist. Oh yeah, little things I noticed. I was watching YouTube videos of what it's like having your teeth, like braces off, your braces off, and I actually found a lot of people saying about these little white squares you get. When you take them off, you get these little white squares because of where the metal is. And I was like, oh no, like, what's that going to look like? I hope it doesn't happen to me, kind of thing. And I was watching these, like, hacks that you could do to stop it from happening, or to, like, get rid of the whites, like the white squares. And I was like, okay then, so I'll see if I get these to see, like, I hope it doesn't. I didn't get it, because what she did was she ground, like, the cement off, and I didn't get any white squares. This is 2 days after getting them off, and there's no white squares. I don't know what this white square thing is, but I really do, like, my personal opinion, I think it's because people aren't cleaning their teeth properly or something, because I didn't get that. And I didn't get any, like, teeth whitening, or I didn't get any of that, like, teeth bleaching or anything. So I don't know. I don't know what that's about. So hopefully, if you guys have braces or you're getting braces, hopefully that doesn't happen to you. It didn't happen to me, but I don't know, maybe it's a thing that just happens in America, because I noticed most of these videos that were saying about these squares were from America, so I don't know. It's kind of weird, so I don't know about that, but I know it didn't happen to me. My teeth were perfect and white. What else? No, I don't think there was anything else. Yeah, no. Other than, like, saying I'm so happy that I met my dentist. I'm so happy I met my dentist, because she's so kind. She actually got this done very quickly. Like, no other dentist really wanted to give me braces. Like, they were just like, oh yeah, you're gonna need braces. And then I got x-rays. I got countless x-rays done. They kept getting lost. Orthodontists weren't replying. There was no communication. Things were getting deleted. And then when we met her, she was just like, okay then, braces, you need them. You're getting them done. Teeth out, like teeth out. Then you're going to have a healing process, teeth out, and then you're going to get your braces on. And that's it. And I was just like, okay then. She gave me one x-ray just to see what ones needed removing. And she was like, okay, you need 2 out, 2 out. Do it. I'll do it. Let's do it. So I get those appointments done, got them pulled out, waited a little bit, got those pulled out, and then went on from there, got my braces on, now braces off. And she's so proud of me. She was like, wow, your teeth look amazing. like some things aren't like right, and some things are like really, like your teeth are tight together for some reason. So it's good you got them off now, or they would just overcrowd again. That's the craziest thing that she told me. She was like, yeah, your teeth look very tight, like they look like they were about to like collapse again and go into each other. I was like, what? And it's just like, yeah, they're like compact together. And I was like, that's great to hear. I'm so happy. Thank you. So, no, but she's lovely. And she did the stereotypical doctor dentist thing. You know when you go to a doctor and you say, my knee hurts. And they go, oh, where does the pain? Does it hurt here? And you're like, no. And they're like, does it hurt here? And you're like, no. And then they just go, does it hurt here? And you go, yes. Because they basically just jab their nail in, or they like hit it very hard. And you're just like, why would you do that? So she did that basically to me when she found that found the cavity. And she was just like, do you feel this tapping on the side of my tooth? I was like, no. She's like, well, you have a small cavity. It's really small and it's a bit deep. Can you feel it if I just like slightly put my tool in? I was like, no. And she's like, have you ever felt it while eating? I was like, I didn't even know I had a cavity, so I'm going to say no. And then she just bloody got a metal rod tool and just went like that and jabbed it in. I was like, yep, I can feel that one. It wasn't painful. It was just slightly like shocking. Like it didn't feel like something was jabbed in there. It just felt very pressured. Like she was putting pressure on my tooth, and that jolted me. And she's like, I'm so sorry. And you could probably like, you could see her face like curl up into like a grin. And she snickered, and I was just like, really? So, but yeah, she's amazing, and she's so kind. She's so nice. And she's 100% the reason why my teeth are like this, because of what she did. And I'm not saying the orthodontist did a bad job, it's just her, the way she did it was the bad job. What she did for me was a slightly good job. It was a good job, but the attitude and the way she treated me was not part of the good job kind of thing. But my dentist, she did everything she could. She did sorry. My mouth is dry, that's why. But she did countless things for me, and she made sure I was okay. I made sure I was safe and I was happy and all that. I'm crying because I'm choked, not because I'm happy or crying because I'm sad. But she was just so sweet, and she still is sweet, and she does so much for me. And with like just seeing her like once a month kind of thing, it just is nice. And I used to be terrified of dentists, so I used to be scared of going to the doctors and stuff, and I was scared of needles and everything. So having a ton of needles jabbed in me for the past like 2 years, I think I'm fine. I think I've had my fill of getting jabs and things stuck in my gums for a very long time. I hope I don't have to go through getting teeth removed or anything like that ever again, because I hated it. I didn't hate the tooth getting pulled because I couldn't feel it because it was numb, and I didn't really mind the sounds, I guess. I don't remember the sounds or anything like that. I hated the needle going into my gum. So that's the only thing I give a 0 out of 5 stars on getting your teeth removed. It's the needle. But no, it's been great, and I'm so happy people have enjoyed this. I hope this has helped some people. Like I've said countless times, this is not going to be 100% your experience. I hope it's no one's ever experience ever again. Just be careful. Make sure you're not getting pushed around. Make sure you're comfortable. Make sure that you know this is what you want. And also, when you say you want your braces off early, really take a step back and go, do I like my teeth how they are? Like, am I fine with like a gap in the back or like a tiny gap at the front? Am I okay with that? Am I going to live with that for the rest of my life? And if you are fine with that, like I'm fine with a tiny little gap in the back of my mouth, then go for it. I completely support you saying I want them off early, because there's no reason to keep braces on if you're not comfortable. If you're in a lot of pain like I was, like constant aching, constant feeling of like it felt like my teeth would go crush themselves. Like they felt like they were just going to crack and fall out kind of thing. So just make sure you're comfortable, really, and just make sure everything is what you want, I guess, in a way. Because there's no point in doing something if you're extremely uncomfortable doing it. Like, there's no point in putting yourself in that situation, because it's just going to decrease your mental health and your overall physical health as well. So, do with the information with what you will, and don't take everything I say as a doctor's perspective. I am nowhere near a dentist, a professional. I'm just a kid who had their braces on a little bit too late and had serious complications with their teeth and are ADHD. This is a series basically showing you what a ADHD kid feels when they have a big change like that, like something obstructing their ability to kind of eat and live as well. And it definitely gives you an insight of the like my brain and how I process certain things that happen, like how I feel and like the way I perceive some levels of my feelings. Like I get very angry, I get very sad, I get very happy. So it's kind of more of an insight into what my ADHD is like as well with these videos, and pushing my ADHD to the limits of what they are, kind of thing. And also pushing my mentality and my mental state to the max as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Hit the like, hit subscribe, hit the bell to get notified of every single video. And I'm so sad this is going to be the last video. But that is a wrap. And goodbye. I nearly did someone else's YouTube outro then.